All right, we are now into the assignment part of the DTD2 system. So by now you should have tagged your single letter, first letter of their last name tags, and you should have done the paired letter, the DTD2 group tags like you see on here. Once you have those two tasks completed, tagging your database, the next step is to decide how you're going to remind yourself to make those phone calls. And the first method that I have for you is through the tasks that we have inside of Command, utilizing one of the smart plans that I've built for all of you. And to do that, we have to go through and we will set up each group, A and W, B and E, D and O, and all the way down the list on those smart plans and start them at the specific day that the calendar in front of us tells us to start that group. Now, the plan that I've built is a dynamic plan that will continue to go forward and hit those same dates that you see in the calendar. We do not need to schedule each quarter, but only the next group call time in the future, and the plan will take care of the rest. It's going to revolve and hit the other timing for us, so we just have to start the plan on the appropriate date. And so let's take a look. This week it is June 24th, and we are in the YZ section. All right, and so when we go into Command, you can see my YZ. All of these tasks are showing up for me to call each individual, and then these same tasks will show up again when we come around and we hit September 23rd. Those same tasks will populate again and then again on December 23rd, and so on into the future, always being that last week of the quarter. And so let's see how we set this up. So all we have to do is go into contacts to set this up. And just like I mentioned, we need to have our database tagged before we do this. So make sure you've done your single letter tags and your paired letter tags so that we can easily filter these folks. And so let's come in here, and we're just going to start at the top of the list, July 1st, in this third quarter, A and W. And so what we need to do is filter that tag first again. So we're going to go to tags. We're going to filter our A and W tag, select this option and hit apply. We now have our full list of 438 people to add to this list. We're going to go show 500 contacts so that we can show everybody at once. We're going to select all those contacts. We're going to go to actions and come down to add to smart plan. And you'll need to find this smart plan in the smart plan library, and you're looking for a plan that's called 2024 DTD2 Call Task Plan. We'll select that plan, and the trick is to start the plan on the following date. And with the plan, if you're using my plan that I just mentioned, the 2024 DTD2 Call Task Plan, what you'll need to do is you're going to pick the day before the day in the calendar. So you see that my next iteration of A and W is on July 1st, since today is June 24th. My next iteration is on July 1st for A and W. So we're going to come in here and we'll choose the day before the date on the calendar. So we saw that the date on the calendar was the 1st. So we're going to choose this Sunday before. All of the dates are Mondays. We're always going to choose the Sunday before. And so we'll come in here and choose the 30th, check off our TCPA disclaimer, and hit confirm. Now all of those tasks will show up for us on Monday morning. They will be in our task list to call our A and W. Now the next step is to go for the next group. We're going to go to B and E, and we will follow the same steps. We're going to filter. We're going to remove this old tag, and we're going to filter the B and E tag, select it and apply, and then we'll do the same thing. We have a group of 529, so that tells us that we're going to have to do a second step for that last 29. All we're going to do is select everyone in the list, go to Actions, come down to Add to Smart Plan. We're going to choose the same 2024 DTD2 Call Task Plan, and we will select to have the plan start on the following date. We'll come back over to our calendar just to make sure we know what date that is. B&E should be on July 8th, and therefore we're going to take one day off of the one on the calendar and choose the day before July 8th. That's the 7th. And we'll once again check off our disclaimer and hit confirm. And you're going to go through and do that for each pair in the list. Now, let's say it's July 29th today, and you're trying to put your D&O people on a list. Well, July 15th has already happened. So if the date has already happened this year, you're just going to move to the next available date. And so if we know that D&O was on July 15th, we're just going to schedule those out to start on October 14th for D&O so that it gets into this rotation, and then we'll set up the remaining pieces for the next year as well. Because this plan will revolve over multiple years. You do not need to go in and reset this plan or anything like that. You just need to go in and set them up at first. And whenever you add a new contact in, you're going to add them to the next iteration. So say a new contact comes in on October 7th is when they actually come into the database. And let's say that they have a last name that starts with the letter A, and it's October 7th. So we missed the September 30th timing piece. So then we'll just look for the next one, January 8th the next year. Remember, this will be a little different when the 2025 calendar comes out, but you'll see that this is always a Monday, and we're always trying to start our plan on the Sunday before that date. So it's very easy to adapt for those new contacts. Just remember, new contacts don't automatically get added in to the plan. You have to manually start the plan, and then it will take care of itself into the future. All right. So that is method number 1, which I call the task reminder method for DTD2. This works best for agents who have a strong habit of going in and making sure that their tasks have been completed each day. If you do not have that habit, I recommend you follow the second method that I will share in the next video. Look for the DTD2 Method 2 Smart Views.